pilot movie of The $6 Million Man first aired on March 7th, 1973 as an ABC Wednesday Movie of the Week. Based on the novel Cyborg by Martin Kandin, it would prove to be a ratings hit and kick off the successful series to come. In this opening story, we are introduced to Steve Austin, former astronaut turned NASA test pilot. After a crash while piloting an experimental aircraft, Steve is devastated to learn that he has lost his right arm, his left eye, and both legs. Soon after, Oliver Spencer with the Office of Scientific Operations takes notice of his condition. The OSO is a covert agency that runs missions related to national security all over the globe. Having lost numerous agents in the line of duty, he is ready for a new approach, and he believes that an agent fitted with bionics is the answer. Together with lead expert Dr. Rudy Wells, they convince Steve to undergo the procedure, making him the world's first bionic man. The enhancements give him superior speed, strength, and eyesight, making him the perfect candidate for carrying out covert operations for the OSO. To test his theory, Spencer sends Steve on his first mission to rescue a diplomat from a terrorist camp in Saudi Arabia. But when the mission goes awry, Steve must use his newfound skills to thwart the terrorists and make it back alive. This was originally intended to be a one-off rather than the opening to a larger series. For that reason, this story has several aspects that make it stand out. For instance, the trademark mechanical sound effect and use of slow motion when Steve runs or performs other actions are mostly unseen here and wouldn't be added until later installments. This is the only time that actor Darren McGavin appeared as Oliver Spencer. The character would eventually be replaced with a new character, Oscar Goldman, played by Richard Anderson. Goldman would go on to be a staple of the series, appearing in future TV movies and the series proper. Author Martin Kandin wrote 4 Steve Austin books, including Cyborg 1972, Operation Nuke 1973, High Crystal 1974, and Cyborg 4 1975. Operation Nuke would go on to serve as the basis for the follow-up TV movie, Wine, Women, and War. However, the third TV movie, The Solid Gold Kidnapping, was an original story and not based on any of Kandin's works. The Office of Scientific Operations, OSO, would be changed in the later series to the OSI, which stands for the Office of Scientific Intelligence. I've covered other episodes of The $6 Million Man here on this channel, and in some of those videos I've mentioned how I'd grown up watching reruns as a kid in the 80s. It was a show I greatly enjoyed then, and I'm having a great time revisiting now. It's a lot of fun, and I just love how impactful this series has been on popular culture over the years.
Hello, Marge. I'm Lee Majors. Will you come away with me?
Sure. I've got to stop fantasizing about Lee Majors. One more.
With that said, I can safely say that I had never seen this original TV movie before. The reruns I remember as a kid were from the series, and I don't recall them ever playing any of the 3 made-for-TV movies that came out prior. For the most part, I feel like this kind of stands alone and doesn't have quite the same spark that the later series had. A majority of the movie's first half deals with Steve in the hospital as he struggles with his condition and mental state. It's not until he gets to go on a mission in the third act that we finally get a glimpse of the adventurous hero we all know and love. In a lot of ways, it feels like your typical superhero origin story, which can sometimes take a while to get going. Still, I greatly appreciate it for what it managed to do. The fact that a made-for-TV movie was able to impress audiences enough to justify the creation of a full-on series is pretty impressive. We have this pilot movie to thank for the series as a whole, and I'm grateful to it for that. What are your thoughts on the $6 Million Man pilot movie? How well does it set up the overall series? I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks as always for taking the time to watch, and until the next time, have a good one.